I'm gutted about what's happening in Afghanistan. I'm absolutely gutted, mate. I'll tell you the truth. Many of my friends have gone out there and died and come home wounded or come home with post-traumatic stress. They've gave their lives, the best part of their lives to. We believed it. We believe it. We believed in freedom. We believed it. You know, we actually believed in democracy, freedom, and freedom of expression. We actually believed it. And my friends, a lot of them who went through the rave with me and did the full thing of the rave, that went out there and believed in it, you know. And I'm absolutely gutted for them. I'm absolutely gutted for their families. I'm absolutely gutted for them because we made promises to the Afghani people. We made them promises. We gave them true hope, and look, we've let them down. And really, that's what we have done. We've let them down. you know, and how people can sit in hotels in Miami, in Maribline Largo, and lay the blame at other people's doors when it's them who negotiated the withdrawal from Afghanistan. It's Boris Trump who negotiated the withdrawal from Afghanistan. And then how they can sit there and blame it on the guy in the White House who just walked in the other day, who just walked in the White House the other day, God only knows. They can't even take responsibility for their own decisions. And they're asking the guy, and he is taking responsibility for their decisions. Why? Because he's in charge. And yeah, people who are in charge should man up and take responsibility. But let's be honest, it's not this White House that made this decision to withdraw from Afghanistan, is it? You know, and this has been going on for years, this Afghanistan thing. It didn't just happen the other day. Oh, crikey, no. It's been happening for years, mate. When the British went down, in this globe, there are 4 or 5 different pinch points that there's always been conflict over. And the Afghanistan is one of them, and it's because of the Khyber Pass. Now, you won't know about the Khyber Pass. You won't know anything about the Khyber Pass, but it's a pass through a 2 mountain range, and you can't get anything through because you'd have to go over the mountains. The only way through is through the Khyber Pass. And when Britain took over India and colonialized it, and killed the Indian people and subjugated them, stole all their stuff, they got it out through the Khyber Pass. Yeah, so the Khyber Pass was the only way you could transport the silk, the textiles, the spices, the silver, the gold, whatever, through the Khyber Pass. That was the only place you could get it out of India. Else you'd have to go all the way round. Yeah, so it's like a shortcut. Now, the British, they went into Afghanistan to secure the Khyber Pass so they could get a shortcut to India. Yeah, plain simple. I have read stories of British soldiers from local here who said the British Army would every morning get the Khyber Pass open by, fighting the Taliban. But every night, when the British went, the Taliban would take over the Khyber Pass. So every day, the British would get their trucks through of gold, silver, textiles, whatever. And every night, the Taliban would take back over, and they would, any trucks that got waylaid and happened to go through there in the dark, the Taliban, they'd take those riches. So again, that was how Britain secured India. It happened again when Britain was losing a grip on India in the 1800s. They had to go back in there again to secure the Khyber Pass. The Americans have been in there to secure the way. The Russians have been in there to secure the way through to the east. And now it looks like the Chinese are in there, or the Russians. I don't know either one. But we believed that in freedom, and really it's just come down to money and oil. again, really, you know. And I'm absolutely gutted for those soldiers and their families who believed in it and gave their life for it. I'm absolutely gutted for the Afghani people who we made promises to. We promised them, we gave them the promise of freedom. We gave them the promise of freedom of expression. We gave them that promise, and we've let them down, you know. And I'm absolutely gutted about that. I really am. You know, I feel as if we have had a responsibility and we haven't lived up to that responsibility. I'm absolutely gutted, mate. So, you know, well, again, I've probably said it 3 or 4 times. That's how strongly I feel about it. You know, I've probably said it in this video before, but I am absolutely concerned, you know, how us, the West, have let them down. And why should anybody trust us again? You know, and that's what you get when you have Boris Trump running things. They don't know what they're doing. So, here we go. Sonnets of Solace. Let's get into a bit of Sonnets of Solace. And yeah, because I know people are following Sonnets of Solace. I know they're trying to keep up with it. And we're having a great old time doing it at the moment. Yeah, with the Sonnets of Solace. So I'm going to ring you. We're now on page 50. Yeah, or 51, I think, on Sonnets of Solace. And let's carry on without further ado. Oh, now the table set and the cards dealt. This is no time for regret at the gates of hell. So here, across the airways, my subprime rhyme, as the great and the good wither on the vine, and desperately equate events to their glorious past, grabbing green paper from a desperate grasp, taking excess swift action in an auction of hope as they buy the buy, taking my poems on old rope. Everything's abundant, oh save justice and trust, slowly eroding confidence in the holy wanderlust. So remember, my friend, yes, remember. Oh, so remember, my friend, just remember that black September and wake justice before a blacker November. So let's do that one again. Shall we go? So I can talk you through it a bit. Yeah. So let me talk you through. Oh, now the table as set and the cards down. Well, things are as they are. This is no time for regrets. At the gates of hell, we're at the last chance saloon bar. You know, we better drink up and get out the bar and start getting some action. So here across the airways, my subprime rhyme, as the great and the good wither on the vine, and desperately equate events to glories past, grabbing green paper from a desperate grasp. Oh, taking excess swift action in an auction of hope as they buy my poems on old rope. Everything's abundant, oh save justice and trust, slowly eroding confidence in the holy wanderlust. So remember that black September and wake justice up before a blacker November. Yeah, guys, pay attention now and listen. Can you hear that it's the gods laughing at you, man, and your predicament? Heaven sent. Ha ha ha. Can you hear the sound of they've heard your fear at losing your money, property, and land and a beer. But thrice they have been warned and thrice scorned. Once in Fenton, remember? And then in Bethesda, Yeah, and now, but they were content to be shackled to the sacred cow. It will pass, the wisest doth proclaim, just as one did the greatest of them all to call, just like trap wind, a migraine and rain. But never wouldst thou pass the embittered white pill, scattered o'er planet, its ruin, the standing still hill. And thank you. We're glad we got through it today. It's been a it's I don't want to tell you. It's been an absolute. Well, let me tell you, the first broadcast got thinking off. It just completely froze, man. The first broadcast just completely froze. The second one, it just completely cut off. That sonic there. Do you know what I mean? Let's face it. Let's be honest. We're gutted about Afghanistan and what's happened there. Absolutely gutted. It's not because you're fed up, mate. It's because you're selfish. See you next time. Same place, same thingy. If we're all about and we're doing it, yeah, we're going to be doing it again with the rhymes in